paddling down the coast from New York to Key West. It's been 23 days to Virginia so far, and we took a little break, hitched a ride to North Carolina for the race, and we're heading back to Virginia to continue the trip down. We're expected to be in Key West around February, maybe. Taking our time, you know, the coast is entertaining, and so far it's been an incredible experience. So we're looking forward to our next 1,000 miles.
Oh my God. 1,000. So along the way we're fundraising for a couple different organizations. The first one's Mission Blue, which is Sylvia Earle's Oceanic Conservation Organization. And then the second is called First Descents, which is a cancer survivor outreach, and they do outdoor excursions, paddling, climbing, all kinds of things to get them up and going in a healthy, active lifestyle after everything they've been through.
So how did this whole project start? Did you just wake up and say, I feel like going to Key West, and maybe you said, oh, why don't we just paddle there?
I paddled, so I did a solo trip around Long Island in May, which I did in 11 days, 187 miles, and it was, compared to this trip, that was insane. And now that, I don't know, the season was winding down and I really wanted to do another trip and not do a solo trip because I was really freaked out about that experience. And she always says, like, okay, do whatever crazy idea I get. And this trip was actually suggested by a friend of ours, back in Manhattan. And she was like, yeah, so what's your next trip, Jules? I was right off the water around Long Island, and she suggested you should go down the intercoastal waterway. And I was like, maybe. And then we were gonna do it next year, but season was ending, and
she got antsy. That's essentially what happened.
I was getting antsy, and so we decided to just go in October. Why not? Because perfect timing. It's getting warmer the further south we go. So.
What's the coolest thing you've seen so far?
The sky.
Oh my gosh, the stars at night are insane.
Sunrise.
Once you're outside of the light pollution?
Like, exactly, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
Crazy.
And we've had the pleasure of paddling with dolphins and seeing some interesting sea life and spending a lot of time on the ocean, which we don't get to do back in New York because we're mostly paddling on the river a lot. So getting acquainted with inlets and bay tides
or not, and just deciding that it's better to just paddle against whatever happens to be happening at the moment.
What about what's the gnarliest thing you've been out in?
The wind.
Just lots of wind.
Yeah, the wind.
So, I mean, we try to base our route depending on the conditions that are kind of predicted, but sometimes the forecast, I mean, as we all know, is just not what it's supposed to be. So
how do people find your fundraising?
A couple of ways. We keep updating our Instagram and our Facebook page. That's Atlantic Supergirls. It spells Supergirls. And then we also have a website, which is atlanticsupergirls.com, and our GoFundMe link is everywhere on those sites, but our direct link to our GoFundMe page is gofundme.com/NYC to MIA by SUV. Miami was originally the goal, but it was suggested.
We kept having conversations along the way. It was like, yeah, Miami, and then we might just, keep going, and then it was like, we'll just go. So eventually the end goal just turned into Key West. So we're gonna do a personnel pickup in Miami. So that'll be the official end to the expedition, and then we're gonna pick up whoever wants to come, and we're gonna finish to Key West.
Paddle down the coast, which would be lovely.
Yeah. Sound wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to getting updates from you and covering you as you come down the coast. And awesome expedition. Congratulations and thanks for coming to the Surf to Sound. Glad you guys made the trip.
Of course, it was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot.